Let me be clear. I love the public. I do. They're great. Confused, tired, easily bored, but great. That's why gaslighting works so well. Because in the era of 24/7 scandals and attention spans shorter than a tweet, all you really need to do is change the subject and smile like nothing happened. And if something did happen, then make sure to feign surprise and annoyance that people are still daring to care. Even simple sentences like, "Do you people still care about that? It happened years ago," is so easily genius enough that at least some folks are going to jump on board with you. This isn't lying. Lying is crude. This is evasive choreography, baby. Now some amateurs think gaslighting is about denying reality. Wrong. That's for interns. Real gaslighting is about changing the subject so fast the truth gets whiplash and files a harassment claim. And as we all should have learned by now, harassment claims made against me, the Orange God, are baseless, pointless, frivolous, and will make you penniless if my lawyers have anything to do with it. Step 1. Create a new emergency. When the press starts asking questions, say about classified documents stored next to your golf trophies, don't panic. Pivot. Immediately declare a new crisis, something vague and panic-inducing. We can't talk about the documents right now, folks, because the country's under siege. Did you see the gas prices? The border? The woke AI robots in your blender? Suddenly the national discourse is about immigrants, inflation, and TikTok instead of treason. That's gaslighting 101. Set the house on fire while blaming the fire department for being late. Gaslighting isn't just a skill, it's an art form. And when the spotlight gets a little too warm, you don't extinguish it. You redirect it, preferably toward a pie chart labeled "Look over here," and a saxophone solo of the national anthem. When the press starts asking about Epstein, like, "Hey, why did your name show up in his flight logs 7 times?" You need to pivot. Hard. We can't talk about that right now, folks. The real issue is that windmills are giving bald eagles super cancer and the FBI is hoarding your toaster data. Suddenly, the conversation is about kitchen appliances and bird genocide. Epstein? Never heard of him. Must be a Democrat hoax. Or a birthday card misunderstanding. Or a drawing of a woman that mysteriously resembles a lawsuit. Step 2. Attack the questioner. Redirecting works best when you frame scrutiny as betrayal. If a journalist asks you about your tax returns, respond like they questioned your patriotism. Add flags in the background. Make sure you mention that you're only here for the country and its residents, and so anyone who questions you must therefore hate the country and absolutely everyone in it. You know what's disgusting? That you'd ask me about personal finances during Veteran Turtle Rescue Month. You must hate America. In one sentence, you've turned corruption into courage and forced them to defend sea turtles while forgetting the IRS exists. If someone dares ask about your past friendship with a convicted sex offender, you don't answer. You attack. You must hate America. You probably want to defund puppies. You're the reason gas costs $7 and Coldplay concerts are awkward. Redirecting the topic isn't just about changing the subject, it's about making the question itself feel like treason. And anyone who dares ask the question is clearly some treasonous scum that will need to be dealt with later. Step 3. Pie charts of nonsense. Gaslight your audience with data, meaningless, colorful, patriotic-looking data. Line charts work great. Make sure none of the lines add up to 100. Title every chart something uplifting like freedom trends or MAGA productivity versus elitist shouting. Or negatively, if the need calls, call it immigrant crime 2024 to 2025 and make sure you put the numbers at maximum efficiency. If 1 immigrant ate a dog in 2024 and this increases to 2 dog-eating immigrants in 2025, then you call this a 100% increase. No need to lowball the numbers, because even when you are telling the truth, it can be done in such a way as to make you look incredulous. Then speak in numbers without meaning. Studies show that 97% of patriots support me, and those studies were conducted by people who own flags. Real ones, big ones. Anyone asking for sources is probably a Marxist. And if those numbers don't work, then go bigger. Always go big or go home. Tell them you've decided to make medicine cheaper, but not by 10%, not by 50%. Oh no, 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 no. Like recently when I said to the peasants, "We're going to get the drug prices down," I said. Not 30% or 40%, which would be great. Not 50% or 60%. No, we're going to get them down 1,000%, 600%, 500%, 1,500%. Numbers that are not even thought to be achievable. Confuse them with numbers that are not even mathematically possible. Gaslight so hard some of their brains fold in on themselves, creating a black hole which sucks the rest of them into infinity. Gaslight with data. It doesn't have to be real data. You can make it up if you want. Because by the time someone's bothered doing the research to see if it's true, the conversation has already moved on and they've wasted their time for something we were talking about ages ago. Oh my God, are you people still talking about this? How embarrassing. That is like so old news. Then say, according to our internal research, 97% of patriots believe I'm innocent, and the other 3% are probably related to James Comey. Or in the case of one of my recent tweets, claim that your approval ratings have actually increased, probably now to the point of breaking some records. Doesn't matter if it's true. Doesn't matter if you don't have the evidence. Just say it anyway. Because remember, you don't need everyone to believe you. You just need enough stupid people to believe you. Because my world is a never-ending constant supply of mouth breathers just looking for something insane to believe. Some of them will believe literally anything, and these are fodder which you should be welcoming with open arms. Step 4. Cue the music. Patriotic music is your truth diffuser. Whenever questions get uncomfortable, start playing something orchestral. God Bless America works. Eye of the Tiger, if you're feeling spicy. Don't bother asking for the rights, just play whatever you want and worry about it later. Even better, play music at rallies to drown out protest chants. If the critics shout, just turn up the volume until accountability becomes background noise. Remember, nothing heals suspicion like a national anthem and 10,000 brainwashed morons screaming their favorite song into the clouds. When things get tense, play patriotic music, loud, preferably while standing next to a golden retriever. It helps, by the way, if you can get your golden retriever to look happy during this. Unfortunately, my one's useless and looks so bloody miserable the whole time. It's a matter of time before I trade this one in for something that looks a bit less downtrodden. And I think she knows it. And whilst the music is deafening those who stand too close, be sure to occasionally reduce the volume just enough so that the crowd can hear you back up your own evidence. Say something special like, I didn't know Epstein, I knew freedom, and freedom sounds like a saxophone solo played by a bald eagle on a Harley. That's old news. Why don't we talk about something that matters, like how I personally saved the moon from socialism? It's time to move forward. Let's focus on solutions. And by solutions, I mean building a marble statue of me in every airport. Your goal isn't to win arguments. It's to make everyone forget what the argument was about in the first place. Or, after having knocked people for bringing up that old news again, throw some further confusion into the mix by bringing up different old news like, hey, remember Hunter Biden's laptop? Remember that? Quickly follow this up by threatening to remove the legal citizenship of someone you had an argument with 20 years ago. Like that horrible fat hairy excuse for a woman thing, Rosie O'Connell or something. See? I can't even remember her name, that's how little I care about her. Disgusting fat smelly excuse for a burst hemorrhoid that she is. If someone brings up the birthday letter allegedly featuring a naked woman and your signature is pubic hair, say, that's fake? I don't draw women, I draw attention and lawsuits, then pivot to something wholesome. Let's talk about how I saved Christmas, or how I made the moon great again, or how Epstein was actually invented by Obama, Hillary, and a rogue AI chatbot named Grok. Another fantastic example of my abilities to redirect could include the 2017 Charlottesville riots. Do you remember those? Old news, you might say, but it's only old and irrelevant if I say it is. Otherwise it isn't. After the white supremacist violence, I said there were very fine people on both sides. But when the media asked me for clarification, I pivoted to talk about jobs and infrastructure. Or how about losing the election? If someone does dare say the truth, I redirect again and again. Claim fraud, demand audits, gaslight the public into questioning reality itself. I won by a lot, despite losing by a lot. The Epstein files promised to release them, then called them fake, then sued the Wall Street Journal, then told Pam Bondi to release grand jury transcripts, then said, nobody cares about Epstein. That's 5 redirects in 1 week. Gold medal, a birthday letter, denied it, called it fake, threatened to sue, said I don't draw pictures. Which is weird because does anyone remember that time I drew a picture of the Empire State Building and sold it for $16,000? I don't know, man, I don't draw pictures. Epstein's client list. I promised it existed. Then I said it didn't. Then I blamed Comey, Obama, and Biden for inventing it. Then I told MAGA to stop asking. Then I called them stupid weaklings if they did ask. Then I told Bondi to release it. Then I said it was boring. That's not inconsistency, that's strategic confusion. Sure, you might be sitting there thinking I'm the one that's confused, but actually, it's you. You're confused, not me. There are people saying I am the least confused person in America. I'm not saying it, but there are people who are. And that's all that matters. Conclusion. Redirect until reality gives up. Gaslighting through topic redirection is the cornerstone of modern leadership. Redirecting the topic is the gaslighter's greatest trick. It turns scandals into slogans and turns public memory into a foggy theme park filled with fireworks, pie charts, and dogs dressed as senators. You don't answer questions. You redecorate them. You don't deny scandals. You rebrand them as distractions. Remember, if someone asks what you did wrong, ask them why they hate freedom. If they persist, show them a graph titled, "People who wear my face on their t-shirts versus people who wear this stupid journalist's face." And when all else fails, you hug a dog and play the national anthem on a kazoo. Next time on Ethics Evader Academy, how to weaponize nostalgia to rewrite history. Featuring sepia-toned campaign ads, tearful montages, and a reenactment of the moon landing starring your orange god and another golden retriever named Melania. Because who needs facts when you have a tearful montage and a Bible draped in the flag of the United States of America? So stay stunned, students, because the wild ride that is your learning to get away with it all has only just begun. Thank you and goodbye, and for the love of all that is good, shut the fuck up about Epstein.